It's Ask Sharon Anything Day. This is my Q&A day where I have all the answers to all of your questions. Okay, before we get started, for those of you that are new to my channel, I invite you to scroll on down and hit that subscribe button. And girlfriends, while you're at it, go ahead and hit that bell. It'll be notifying you of my upcoming videos. I thank you so much and welcome to my channel. Okay. This is Q&A day. This is where all of you send in questions for me to answer for you, okay? So here we go. We've got a bunch of good ones today, girlfriends, let me tell you. And excuse my eyes watering again. I don't know what this has been all about lately, but I swear in every video, that's all I do. Wipe my eyes. Okay, how can we remove skin tags? I've tried taking the cuticle nippers and snipping them off, but do you have a better suggestion? Of course I have a better suggestion. Stop doing it yourself. Look, girlfriend, you're going to open yourself up to a lot of infection, okay? That is a no-no. You do not want to do that. Go to your dermatologist, all right? Or your plastic surgeon. I say dermatologist because even their assistant can help with that, their PA. But what they can do, they will snip them off for you. And if that doesn't work, they'll use the cryotherapy. They'll freeze off the skin tags. Whenever I go in for my mole checkup once a year or any other time I go in for something, I always, if I find a skin tag, I'll have them remove that. All right, and that's what they do. They usually use cryotherapy. I did have one skin tag that was kind of back here by my neck this last year when I had my mole check, and it was big enough for them to, raise it up a little bit and then snip it off. And it's a piece of cake. That way you're not going to get any infection. Don't do it yourself. You leave yourself open. And skin tags, no one really knows, per se, how we get skin tags, but we do know that friction of the skin rubbing together, like under our breast area, sometimes under our arms, sometimes shirts rubbing on the back of our necks, or this kind of thing, anything that rubs around on the skin can cause skin tags. So, there you go. We're all going to face this nightmare at least once in our lifetime, okay? But that's the best way to get rid of them so you don't get an infection. Don't do that. Oh, girls, please. Okay, the next question. Sharon, when is the date for your live skincare Q&A? Okay, I had to move the date down. It was going to be, I don't know, in a week or so. We are now scheduled, and this is because of a lot of things going on with a lot of you YouTubers. We decided to move it to May the 19th, that's on a Sunday, at 1:30 Central Time. I believe that's right. And yes, it's going to be Q&A. It's going to be on anything you want to ask me. We are going live at that time, so there will be a chat box. And if it's anything about skincare, makeup, lives, whatever you've got, I'm going to answer it for you, and we're just going to chat up a storm, okay? I know there's going to be a lot of skincare questions. I've already been hearing about that. But mark your calendars, girlfriends, May 19th, and that's 1:30 Central. Okay, the next question. Sharon, can you tell us how you're doing in your cardiac rehab classes, and what do they make you do, and what kind of diet do you have to follow? Okay, it's not so much the major diet, but it is. Let me explain to you. When you start cardiac rehab, you have to do 35 or 36 classes. Okay? And they last about an hour and a half. And that's not including the cool down period or weights or any of that. But the first thing that they're going to make you do when you first go in is they're going to put you on a treadmill, at the lowest level, no incline, and they're going to put you on there for about 12 minutes. To start, it increases as you keep going. 15 minutes, then 20 minutes, whatever. Then there's a U-step thing where you're sitting down, you're rowing, you know, like this with your arms on this hootis. It's called a new step. And you're doing your feet at the same time. More cardio. Starts off at 12 minutes, increases to 15 minutes. Now, all of these are done where your blood pressure is being checked at the same time. You are wearing a heart monitor, so you have 1, 2, 3 leads going out of you and a monitor hooked onto your waist. And so they're monitoring everything from their computer screens about, you know, how you're breathing, how well you're breathing, how the heart is pumping, is it too fast, too slow, you know, this kind of thing. And then, of course, there's also the bike. We ride the bike a lot. It's a recumbent type bike. And so you do the same thing. You'll start out at 12, go to 15, and then up and up and up. Then you will go to weights. You'll also be using hand weights, different exercises that will start you out slow. Like, I think they had started me out originally at 3 pounds, then they went to 6, and then, you know, they keep graduating. I am over halfway done with the classes. I do have to skip some days because, you know, I'm busy as a cranberry merchant. But I try to do it here in our gym in the high-rise that I live in. And so, because we've got the same amount of equipment, so I try to do it. If I miss it, then I'll just go down and do it at night. The one thing, I am walking 2 to 3 miles every single day. And I am doing the program, whether it be here or there. I am up to, 25 minutes on the bike, 30 minutes on the treadmill. And I hate the treadmill, it's boring. So I put earphones in and I listen to Pandora and I listen to the 50s and 60s music. What can I tell you? Because that's the only thing that keeps me from going stir crazy, okay? And then the new stepper is a piece of cake. The new stepper and the bike are great. I could do that all day and all night long. And the weights I really love. And I love this hootis, and I forgot what you call it. It's in the wall, and it's got these two humongous straps. They are not elastic straps. They're hardcore tight, like on a boat. And you lean almost all the way back, you know, with your feet kind of straight on the ground as far back as you can, and you pull yourself up on these straps. And I mean, you're literally almost lying down flat on your back. So I really like that too. I can do about 50 of those with no problem. Now, my legs kill me afterwards, the top of my legs, and yeah, my back, because I, you know, squeeze, you know, my back together. But in any case, it's mostly all cardio, and then your weights, then you've got your cool down period. You're wearing monitors the whole time, and they want you to do this at least 3 days a week. Like I said, if I'm not there, I can do it here. I don't have that strap hootis, but that was something new that they just added on not too long ago. So all in all, you just build up your time each time you go in. But everything is about making that old ticker tick, okay? You know, you're raising, you know, your heart rate constantly. Now, every time I get finished, they do make me sit out because I push myself kind of hard. So my heart rate is entirely too high for me to leave the facility till I sit and calm down. I just do deep breathing exercises, then I'm good to go. Now, they do have a dietitian that comes and talks to you, but everything is kind of like an Atkins type of a diet, and which I'm already used to. And they really don't care as long as, you know, you try to keep your intake, you know, down a little bit. They're really smart about food. Now, I will tell you this. In all of this going on, I haven't lost 1 bloody pound, and I'm sweating like a boar hog up there, and it's miserable, okay? That kind of exercise is like real exercise, you know, and I'm not enjoying that at all. I have not lost any weight. However, the dietitian and I sat down and chatted, and I am so used to a different type. I want to go like a 5 shake a day routine. When I was on the road for all of those years, I was a size 2. heaviest I got was a 4. And I lived off of 5 MetaFast shakes a day that totaled, well, it was 90 calories each shake. And the reason I did that was because I was in front of a camera so much of the time. You cannot be heavy when you're out doing TV, you know, all the time, and you're doing big events, because the camera makes you, you know, add 10 pounds. So, of course, my PR team had me down to like $105. So, and it was easy because, I mean, just, you know, every so many hours I would take a shake and I could mix it with a diet soda, make it more filling. But I was never hungry in my whole life. And I lived on that for years. Years I lived on that. Well, now I'm wanting to at least try that one more time because I can. And because I don't want to have to think about what to eat. I'm too busy to stop and think about what am I going to eat, what am I going to eat. I mean, that's not a priority. So instead of just stuffing my face on anything, I'm going to try to get back on those shakes. The only problem I know I'm going to have is everything is going to drop within a month. I mean, even my doctors told me that, okay, you think you're having trouble now with your face dropping? You ain't seen nothing yet till you go this straight shake thing. Well, I'm going to try it a little bit and see. I mean, if I know, the sky is falling, and I'm holding my face in my hands, then obviously, you know, I'm not going to do quite that drastic. But that's what it is. And I will tell you, I'll be doing this kind of thing the rest of my life because, you know, you want to have you got to have your heart healthy, honey. Because if there was ever anyone more shocked than I don't think so when this happened over the holidays, because I knew I was pushing myself, though. I did know I totally overdid it. I did know that. You know, and we do know that about ourselves. You just have to, you know, get yourself used to the fact that slow your roll, sister. You see what I mean? Okay, so I'm trying, girls. I'm trying, okay? But that's the story there with the rehab. Okay, the next question. And thank you so much for asking, and I hope this helps some of you. If any of you have been through it or you haven't, you should still be doing these exercises for your heart anyway. This is really most important. Because I didn't place a lot of emphasis on that because, you know, I'm a workaholic and I got an issue with that. But I'm telling you, do not forget about your cardio exercises. That's the most important of all, trust me. Especially past 50. Okay. Now, says Sharon, what LED lights do you suggest and how often do you use them? Well, I don't use LED lights right now on my skin because I have fillers and Botox. So I don't want any kind of heat, melting any kind of product or anything I got going on. Nor do I micro needle at all because that will break up, you know, your fillers and everything. So don't do that, girls, okay? Unless you want that money to go down the toilet. I don't think you do. But what I love and what I have and what I do use when I'm in between having my Botox and my fillers, you know, I have a resting period in between. I like Dr. Dennis Gross LED, love that. That is a great one. Try that. And then, of course, any type of light stim. Okay, I enjoy that a lot too. So light stim is really good. But Dr. Dennis Gross, that's really a good one. Really, really good. I have that. I like it, and it works. Okay. Okay, my ladies. The next question we have, we're getting some heavy stuff here pretty soon. Sharon, do you have the option of an in-person consult or is everything you do by phone for the makeup and skincare group? No, I am getting ready to post that and bring that to your attention right after I do this live Q&A that I'm going to do in May. Then I'm going to have that all listed in my description bar. How you to consult with me by phone, you know, or these other ways that I'm going to bring to you and the prices and all that. So it'll be a paid service, so I'll have all that listed down below for you right after that, okay? Hang on to your head, girlfriends, because I know a bunch of you want to talk to me about them. We're going to get to that, I promise, okay? Thank you. Appreciate it. The next question here, and she does not want me to mention her name, says, Dear Sharon, I've been a subscriber of yours for a while now, and I absolutely love your channel. You're beautiful inside and out, honest, and you really care about your subscribers. Thank you, girlfriend, and you're right. I love my subscribers. It says, I never thought that I would have to write you with this question, but here it goes. I've been married for 34 years. Ooh, you go, girl! And it says, to a great man. And during our marriage, we have had our ups and downs like everyone else. Nothing serious. But then it happened. I read an email on his phone to meet up with an escort in the middle of his workday. I couldn't even breathe after I read it. That evening when he came home, I had it out with him and he swore to me he didn't follow through. He couldn't do it. He told me he got caught up with all this porn and escort services that are out there and online and what have you, and he would never do it again. He went for help. He is in counseling. He's never been on those sites again. He treats me like I'm the only woman in the world. He bends over backwards for me. He cannot do enough for me. He told me I can read all of his emails anytime I want, look through his phone and check anything. I want and to follow up with him on his phone. And Sharon, this happened 2 years ago and I'm still hurting over this. I still cry when I'm alone. I haven't seen a counselor, but I have watched many videos on YouTube that have helped. And my question for you is, can men really change that much after they've done wrong? And just why am I still grieving over this when he tells me everything, every day, how much he loves me? Thank you so much for taking my question. I know you'll be straight up with me, even if it's the hard truth. I love you so much, Sharon. Aw, sweetheart. Okay. You know how many men get caught up in that porn stuff? They'll wait till everybody goes to sleep and they're just sitting up at night. Maybe they're still working. Maybe they're just on their computer, looking at guy stuff, their man cave stuff. And all of a sudden, they're pulled in. Like, oh, give us your credit card and we're going to show you everything. And we're going to talk dirty to you, and we're going to do this, and we're going to do that. And yes, it's tempting and it's easy for a man. However, there are some individuals out there, men and women, that do get addicted to these sites. I will tell you straight up, because I've had a lot of them as clients. And addiction is different than just messing up once or twice. I hope you understand that. Usually if you have that addiction, you have other addictions as well. I'm very, very proud of him that he was honest with you and said he got caught up in this, like he knew he was starting to get addicted to it. Thank goodness he didn't go any further than he did, and he just couldn't do it. See, he caught himself. He realized he screwed up. I don't think it's just because you brought it to his attention. I really feel deep down inside, because this is the way they usually do, the ones that really make it and get out of this mess. So since he went to counseling and probably still is in counseling, I don't know if he's in a 10-step program, but I would encourage him to do that. And there are 10-step programs for this kind of porn stuff, okay? I don't know how long he was involved in with this. I don't feel like it was years and years at all. I just feel like he got caught up for the moment. Thought, oh, this is going to be cool. Wow, I can go have sex for lunch bunch type of thing, Boy, this would be okay. People are doing it. I wonder what it's like. I think it was more curiosity that got him started, and then I think he kind of got hooked on it and kind of, became an addiction for him. As long as he's seeing that counselor, as long as he's in some sort of 10-step program, I don't have a problem with him. I really and truly believe that he really cares about staying on the up and up with this. You are the one I'm concerned about. I understand that you feel brokenhearted and you feel crushed, but you have to look at it. This is a sickness. It is an addiction. Now, I'm going to ask you to do something for you. If you're not seeing a counselor right now, I want you to see a counselor for you, okay? Just for you. It's all about you. It's you need to be healed. You need to figure out how and why this is hitting you so hard, and if you could ever really trust him again, and how blown away you were. You see, you need healing time yourself. So I'm going to encourage you to go see a counselor. I don't care who it is. Another good way to get absolutely free counseling for something like this, believe it or not, is Al-Anon. I don't know whether you've ever heard of that, but it is also a 10-step program, you know, for the loved ones that have addictions like alcohol and drugs and sex. This is very, very important that you get, you know, yourself squared away. You need the counseling too so you can heal. But I promise you, you know, I mean, I meditated on this. I really prayed about this question when it came through, and I have asked you a ton of questions which you answered to the T, so I know he's trying, and I know right now everything is copacetic, and I know one thing, he kicks himself in the butt all the time saying, how could I have ever gotten caught up in that? Oh my gosh, how did that happen? A lot of men say that. I know I've counseled them, and they've said to me, how did I get caught up in such crap like that? You know, what possessed me? Well, sometimes they hear it from a friend. Sometimes, you know, they see it on the internet. Sometimes it pops up here. As long as it doesn't become a sick addiction, you know, if it's a one-time thing, I'm not worried about it. But when it becomes an addiction, then it's an addiction, and that is a disease, and you have to deal with it. So, sweetheart, keep in touch with me. If you don't have a counselor on board, let me know. I will help you find someone in that area, or you and I will chat, okay? But don't worry about it. I know this is hard and it's difficult, but believe me, he's okay. He's getting what he needs. Now, you need to get what you need, okay? And keep working on that marriage. That's the main thing. It's been a long time, and he's trying, and you're trying. It'll work. It'll be fine. Believe it or not, one day you'll sit back and go, well, boy, that was a real bump in the road. I'm glad we got over that one. You see what I mean? And I know you thought I was going to blow this all up, except I understand what addiction's all about. Do you see what I mean? And that's what that is. I've had a lot of clients with that same stuff, girlfriend. You take care of you. Keep me posted. Okay, the next question. Dear Sharon, this from Robin. Sharon, please help me. I'm getting vertical lines over my top lip. What in the world to do? I've tried everything. Can you recommend something? Yes, I certainly can. And I hate those lip breakers. You know, it was so funny. When I had my lips injected with silicone back in my 40s, and these great lips, I never had a line show up until this year. And you know why? Well, because I'm 70, and this is starting to drop. Your face sags. And no matter how beautiful your lips can be, even when it's permanent with silicone, the lip will turn under. When it turns under, you start getting those lines. It's called sagging. I hate it. It's miserable. However, there's help out there. Two things you can do, and you're going to have to go see your dermatologist about this, or your plastic surgeon, either or. And these little lines up there need either Botox to relax the lines, because you're using your mouth all the time, or you're going to have to fill them in with filler. If they're deep, you're going to want some fillers. Now, I personally have noticed one line coming up here for the first time my whole life, because like I said, my lips are injected, my face is sagging. So see, I got a line here, and then I got a real small one next to it trying to come up. Well, I nearly had a heart attack. So, you know, I called my doctor, and they said, okay, we're going to squirt a little Botox, you know, in there when you're here next. But it's like anything that you put in, you know, you've got to keep it up, for one thing. And just keep knowing that the more we sag and age and our face falls, the more we have to put in it. It's kind of like we're fighting a real battle here, and it's a constant battle, girlfriends, okay? I mean, you know, you get something done, you think, oh, good. Now, don't get me wrong. Oh, when I had, you know, my lips done and everything, greatest thing ever. Didn't start shrinking, and I had those in my 40s. Yeah, 40s, I think. But it was way back. I mean, it's been over, 20 years for sure, you know, that I had them done. They're great for that amount of time, and then when your face starts sagging, you're going to have more. Now, I can go in, I can put more in my top lip, which I am going to do that as well, just give it a little perk up here, and, you know, see if that's going to take care of it. But I am going to have to get something for the lines, and you will too. Now, if they're really deep above your lip, they're going to want to put fillers in. But the Botox is good. But I'll tell you, anytime you put anything in or around your mouth, just remember one thing, and that includes nasolabial lines, you know, to the whole 9 yards. We talk a lot. We talk all day. We're saying something. We're singing. We're dancing. We're working. We're talking on the phone. Whatever the case is, the more you use that mouth, everything in or around the mouth is going to break down. So you have to know that you may need Botox a little more often, or fillers a little more often. And now the more you use fillers, I will tell you this, they build up on top of each other, and you don't have to go in as often. I mean, fillers will last forever, you know what I'm saying? I mean, a long time. The fillers now last usually 10 to 12 months, you know, the new ones. I just had the, what was it, Volume or something put in, you know, to my nasolabial lines, you know, about a month ago. And, you know, they're supposed to last, you know, way over 10 months. So I said, good. I don't want to keep coming back. Anyway, it's cheaper when they last longer. And we're going to all that where it's really lasting a long time. Now, the Botox is lasting 3 to 6 months. If you can get a good 3 months out of it, yay, okay? But I will tell you this, don't go for the cheaper, the Dysport or the Zeman that's out there. Those neuromodulators they work instantly, but they don't last. They don't even last a month, okay? And then you got to go back and fill up again. And it's a tad cheaper, maybe a couple of dollars a unit cheaper, but if it doesn't last, who needs it? I always say stick with the big kahuna. The big, neuromodulator is Botox. It lasts longer, and it works. It just takes about, 3 days before you really start noticing it. But what's 3 days? Hello? Okay, there you go, girlfriend. That's what I would do. I'll keep you posted on everything I do about mine, okay? We'll all get out there and get rid of our lines. We just hate it. Okay, dear Sharon. And this is key. Okay, can you recommend a Microdermarolling? Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay, you need a derma roller. You know what? I would be real cautious about getting them on Amazon right now, because I know in the first part of your message you were asking about getting it on Amazon. No. Do not get it on Amazon. Because the majority of them now, when you cut them open, they're metal, and the little sharp edges around it are not real needles. It's metal that you're rolling on your face, and you're going to scar yourself. So you want to make sure they're the real micro needles. Now you can get a good derma roller in a lot of places like Derm Store and Beautylish, but I recommend a YouTuber that has a fabulous needle. I mean, she carries, I think it's one of the very best ever micro needling devices, and it's Jen Amber, and I will put her link down below. She is a YouTuber, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, she is an esthetician. She is such a doll. She's a real hoot. But micro needling is her thing. She's kind of known for that. And she makes and sells her own micro needles. So I think it's an excellent one. I did get one. And when I'm in between my fillers and Botox, I will do a micro needling about once a month. And if I'm in between, and so I can tell you, hers is fantastic. So I will put the link down below, but girlfriend, that's what I do, okay? All right, thanks for your question, girlfriend. Hey, dear Sharon, my name is Lucy. Hi, Lucy. And says, I am 37 years old, and I am wondering, after your video you did on your girlfriends and your slumber parties that you have once a month, if you could give any advice on how to cultivate these friendships so that they are strong for when I reach my golden years. I am finding it very hard to make adult friends. How did you meet your friends? And I could share you some pointers. You know what? I've had these friends forever and ever. One of them's even a sorority sister, okay? These are gals that we used to run and play with, even when we were between divorces and single. We were younger even. We've been friends for a long time. One of them was a dear client of mine and actually started working for me after a while in one of my capacities where I needed her expertise. So, and the rest of them friends growing up. Listen, people gravitate towards me, they do. If I am kind of a girl's girl type. I love women. I think they're fabulous. They are so much fun, and they're so beautiful, so special, and they just gravitate towards me, and that's why I do female empowerment. But I love my friends, and I keep my friends. I nourish them. I'm not the kind of person that's going to have a friend for a short period of time, and then I'm going to dump your butt, okay? I don't care if you make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. I don't care what you've got going, but if you're, above board, talking about being a really good friend, and you've got emotion, you've got integrity, you're a sweetheart, you're in for the long haul, then great. The cultivating the friends is not so much as to keep the friends. If you can get a group of people that are very, very close friends of yours, and you nurture the relationship, you're going to have those friends forever. And that's what I do. And you'll notice that with other women. The women I generally, and I'll be honest with you, that I stay away from are women that don't hang on to their friendships. They may want something from you, or they want to serve a purpose here, and then they're done. See, I don't play that kind of game. I'm the kind of thing, if I'm your friend, I'm your friend. I'm your friend forever. Howdy-ho, kind of thing. But I mean, you want good girlfriends, and you want people you can talk to and tell your deepest, darkest secrets to, and that if you're feeling low and blue, you can pick up the phone and call them and get your quick fix, this kind of thing. I mean, they're there. You can meet friends in church. You can make really close girlfriends in church if you're active in your church. You can meet girlfriends on your job. You can meet girlfriends here on YouTube, for instance, okay? You can meet friends anywhere. I mean, everywhere. I meet women all over the country all the time, anywhere. I have got a group of friends that live abroad. So when I travel there, about 2 times a year, we get together there. So I've got groups here and here and here, of real close, girlfriends were real tight. But you have to nurture them. You have to really care about your friends. I mean, I don't think there's a day that doesn't go by that we don't text each other. We'll put each other on a group text and this kind of thing. Or we'll fast time each other. You know, just to check in. How are you doing today? Blah, blah, blah. This kind of thing. I know that, you know, the girls knew when I started going through my rehab that I hate that kind of exercise, treadmills and all that. And a lot of them, a lot of my girlfriends work faithfully at a gym. Oh, Sharon, we think that's great. We've been trying to drag your butt to the gym to do all this rah-rah, sis, boom, buff for a long time. So now, see, they're digging this, you know, even more because they're calling and checking. Did you go to your rehab? And how'd you do today? And blah, blah, blah. And then they'll come by and they'll say, well, let's go to the gym. We'll all meet at the gym. And now, you know, they're incorporating everything together now. So, like I said, whatever it is, you got to be close to your girlfriends. You got to nurture them. You got to talk to them. You got to care. You've got to care about them. You got to travel with them. You got to, you know what it is? I accept each one for exactly as they are. I don't think they need to change at all. They wouldn't be the unique individuals that they are. I love each and every one of them. We have a lot in common. We're all professional women. We all like to laugh and cut up. We all like to, you know, just hang out and do our thing. We love our little jaunts together. We like the same type places to travel. We're kind of all into the beachy type stuff, and I think that's, you know, just because we're ready to chill, you know, really ready to chill. But I mean, we've traveled abroad together. We've done everything, and we're going to continue to do it till we drop. But you know, we're close. We even try to get together when we have our grandkids. Even get the grandkids together. I mean, they're friends. Even everybody's friends. So you can cultivate that. I don't care if it's organizations. I don't care if it's your church. Start joining things. Just join things. What about meetups? I have one client that has a lot of friends that she met up at meetups, and she met a lot of close girlfriends. Well, they're close now. So you can meet women everywhere you go. Everywhere you go. Okay? So try that, girlfriend, okay? And like I said, show up at places. Don't be a hermit, because if you're sitting home and the doors are closed and your TV's on, you can't meet people that way. You got to get out and maybe go to the gym. You can meet girlfriends there. Just get out and about. You know, check everything out. All kinds of clubs. Join things. That's going to be the best thing you can do. Just start joining things. You'll love it. Trust me. Okay, my ladies, thank you so much. I know this was long, but I had a bunch of new questions for you. I want to tell you, I love each and every one of you to pieces. Thank you so much for being here with me. To all my new subbies out there, mwah, mwah, mwah. Love you, girls. Love you so much. Now, to each and every one of you, I want you to stay sassy, classy, and confident, and give me a big thumbs up on this Q&A.